Yeah. Um,
Just get the stream up.
you guys talk about playoff picture?
Yeah, we usually do. We usually talk about a bunch of things.
Your number one seed.
Yeah.
No shock there.
Which I didn't expect, to be honest.
Yeah, but you also had Ravens user leave and
Yeah.
shit like that too. Black Knights in playoffs. Nice. Um, Chargers is. Are you Chargers the other guy in here? I think so, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he is.
yeah, but I'm gonna be out of it.
You what?
I'm gonna be out of the playoffs just because I choked
Oh,
versus the Colts.
yeah. Yeah, we played a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
Um, I just kind of dick around the entire game. My wife, I was terrible. I made some bad decisions. I mean, it was a typical game for me to say the least. Um,
He played
yeah,
me and
I mean, the score
his
looks
screen
absolutely
got broke.
terrible. Yeah, I was the whole vacation at my dad's house pretty pissed off because the Wi-Fi was significantly worse, and by no means like I maybe would have won one game that I played that entire trip if it was better. Um, but this one, I mean, I still wouldn't have won. But it just adds a little more anger to you.
yeah.
Um, for me, like really, the only accomplishment I have this entire season is getting Devin Singletary up to X Factor, and he's actually in the top 10 running backs for awards. I was so hyped that he's number 10. I have somebody that is doing something on my team, and that's all that matters.
I wouldn't expect that. We got the Jets
Yeah, I
watching.
mean,
I don't know if other people are gonna come
Jets.
watch.
Yeah, Mets is for Jets. You can leave the division anytime you want. I don't care if Wizards doesn't want you to transfer. Just do it and just don't ask permission.
Actually, what games are left?
Just kidding, but I want you out of the division.
There's 5 games left.
Um,
Oh, 3 people watching
did
now.
you guys talk about what Cardinals being in the league
I haven't talked about
again?
anything. Like we,
Yeah, I think
we're,
we
Oh,
just
okay.
started the stream.
I
All
just
right.
put up the stream.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know if you covered anything in like the 12 minutes I was gone or whatever, but
No, we were
um,
just chatting while we were waiting.
I see. All right, my bad.
All good.
Um, but yeah, he's back. I'm happy he's back. I don't know how you guys feel, but I'm kind of, maybe he chose the Cardinals to the Patriots. Well, I kind of thought, I did some tampering, but let's look at that division.
You did some
I don't know
tampering.
my head.
I'm just glad he's
Yeah,
not
well,
in our division.
yeah, I just, I kind of talked him in, not joining my.
I liked having him in
It
our
is,
division just because of the rivalry we had. But
yeah.
True.
we
Well,
had
but you're
probably the
also
best
good at the
rivalry in the
game.
league, so he was forced to
Uh,
Cardinals. It's
which
possible.
49ers 12-5. That's some good competition. Rams, Seahawks, though, haven't been great this season. I guess Seahawks is CPU though. I think. Is it CPU? No, someone's Seahawks,
Yeah,
and
somebody is the
the Rams.
Seahawks, but
Somebody hasn't. I mean, the Rams haven't been great, but I feel like he's a pretty decent user. He'll probably turn around next. But yeah, I mean, I'm probably choosing the Cardinals over the Patriots too. I mean, you got third pick in the draft, Kyler Murray. Like,
Yeah, well, he's
say
lost
less
some
for me.
things too. Like I'm gonna pull up his roster real quick, but
Yeah,
he has
DeAndre
some holes.
Hopkins, Chandler Jones.
I mean, he's got 3 running backs, so that's good for
J.C.
him.
Jackson, though. Marlon Mack, I guess.
His
Raheem
receivers
Hines.
need to be better.
yeah,
I mean,
Rondale
yours is
Moore
still
with
pretty good.
95 speed though. That'll be
He's got
nice.
Rondell
His
Moore, and everybody else is kind of irrelevant. But
his O line is
Isaiah
terrible.
or
His D
Andy
line is
Isabel,
terrible.
95.
Uh,
Andy Isabella is probably pretty. I could see him getting Cardinals user. I could see him making Isabella like maybe even a superstar or superstar X Factor with 95 speed. It wouldn't shock me.
So it's possible. I mean, I've played him a few times. He's definitely known for running the ball, so
Yeah, that
um,
is true.
so he
He'll
definitely
Got
need a
runs the
good
ball. Like he's got good running
he'll
Naheem
backs. So,
Hines with 94 speed.
he'll
So
need a good O line for that though.
but he has
Is
no O line.
is
That's the issue.
yeah. Well, with the I know with the number 3 pick, there's good O linemen in the draft upcoming,
yeah,
but
his line is terrible. He doesn't have it.
that's if
He
they
has
make
like
it
one good
to him.
lineman.
He's got 12 draft picks in this draft.
Jesus. Oh
He is
yeah,
shopping
because
the third pick as well, though.
He's got two in the first, four in the second. Like, if he has a good draft, he could turn this team around real quick.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, he is shopping the third round pick, so he could get a haul for that as well.
Hmm.
I got the fourth pick and the projected 20th pick. It might change after we advance week, but I have Titan first round pick as well.
I
I
honestly
haven't
haven't
really looked
even
at the
seen the
draft class at
prospects.
all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't either since like probably week one. I'll check out the prospects real quick.
And
Um,
and to prove I
if it
don't,
ever
I haven't
loads.
looked. Where did I do it?
Yeah,
Fav-
there's
favorites,
some good
nothing.
linemen. Ben Griggs is number one prospect. I know. Great to elite speed, solid good strength,
What is the current
great to
mock
elite
draft?
acceleration.
Uh,
How much does that matter for uh like how much does speed and acceleration matter for linemen though?
O
I don't
line?
know.
Depends on if they're going for like an agile offense or like a zone run type of thing where they
Mhm.
get blockers down the field.
Yeah, I'm guessing it depends if you're
Well,
going for the outside or inside and stuff like that.
Yeah.
he's got C pass block and D pass finesse, but he's got A run block, power, and A lead block. So it
So
looks like
yeah,
he's more of a running lineman.
he's he's
It
gonna
would be a
get
great fit for Cardinals.
yeah, he's gonna get fucked if he's going against a good pass rusher. That's the thing.
Yep. Yeah, I
CQ
haven't
has
really
you
looked
taking
at
a
the.
wide receiver.
Wait, me?
Yeah.
What the? I don't need no wide receiver.
Bills it says a middle linebacker, and then he gets a left end later on.
This wide receiver suffers from concentration drops. That's not what I need.
And then you get a corner. You get a corner later on. Victor Booth.
Oh,
There
jeez.
you go. Face of the franchise. Oh, I got a tight end. Jack. That actually makes sense though, because
Yeah.
I don't have Kelsey
Um,
anymore.
Struggles to find the ball in the air. Oh, yeah, that's and known to attract flags. Yeah, I'm gonna avoid that.
I would like probably left or right outside linebacker. Linebacker for me. I don't know if you guys have any holes that you guys are looking to upgrade.
I mean, I don't
I'm
think I have
mainly
holes right now, but
I'm mainly looking at
All
our
right, all
line.
right, all right. Okay.
I think I finished with the best record in the league. So
Yeah.
I probably will have holes in the off season though. But right now, during the season, I don't see any. I'm gonna be losing guys for sure though. So
Who are you losing?
uh,
I got plenty,
well,
Tyreek
let
plenty.
Hill?
me.
Question mark.
I mean, Tyreek Hill is currently not signed to a contract, so if that could help.
Oh,
Juan
Okay.
Thornhill is definitely leaving. Rashad Fenton. Uh, Laurent Duvernay Tardif.
What?
huh, his pass block's an 80. I
He's
may have to look at
he's
that.
a he's an O line. It's just his name is a French name, so I said it in his French, I guess, accent. He's from Montreal.
I'm mainly looking at that pass block stat. As long as
uh,
people keep my QB upright.
I'm losing a few guys. I mean, no one real crazy. I guess the people I mentioned are the ones that are of value.
Yeah.
I could tell you right now, Hill's not going to be a free agent though. So
Yeah, there's always the franchise tag.
yeah, like he's getting that. But
Yep.
Thornhill, Fenton, and my O line are definitely gone. But even then, I have guys to replace them, so I'm not too worried. Well, maybe not Thornhill, but I'm not too worried. I'll figure it out. I don't know if you guys want to talk about standings and playoffs and stuff.
Yeah, we can.
That's fine.
You want to be Pats to face me? Okay, he was talking about the old Raiders user, Man of Troy.
Yeah.
So
He
I'm
was
guessing you want to be
forced.
the Pats, but then yeah, he was forced to be the Cardinals apparently. I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing. It'll help
Was he
balance out the
forced
league.
or
No,
I didn't
yeah,
force him?
these are the rumors that I'm getting. Actually, okay, I'm tied for the best record. I lied. The Eagles have a 14-3 record also.
Yeah,
Uh,
he just lost, I think.
That dude's lucky he got fired because he was what, one win with the Patriots and then gets the Eagles who are stacked.
yeah, and who gets
Jealous.
fired and then in real life you don't get fired and go get a better team after. Like it's usually you have to wait a while and then
Yeah,
you get a shitty team. But
yeah, and he gets to keep him afterwards. I'm like,
No,
he
and
could
oh,
always just.
he's a good dude
he's
though. So
I don't know.
yeah, he's chill. He's I though.
No,
So
I
like,
I love the guy. I'm just
yeah.
jealous. Not gonna lie.
I
Jalen
faced him in
Hurts,
the other
85
league.
overall.
like with the Pats, he wasn't
Yeah,
going to do
I mean
anything. With the
he's super
Eagles,
nice. Yeah,
he has a bit of a chance. So
But yeah,
Miles
um,
Sanders, 96 overall, X Factor.
I see them more of as like a first round exit or well, a
upset, yeah,
second
in
round
the
egg.
second round.
Yeah, since he gets
Um,
that
Monte
bye.
Smith.
I mean, we
Yeah.
could talk about it. I think in the AFC, the seedings, well, not the seedings are set, but the playoff teams are set. Now it's a matter of who's going to be seated where.
Yeah.
Um, so I got the first seed. Right now, the Jets they haven't played yet, but they're playing for the second seed, technically. If they win, they're the second seed, which would put the Colts third, then the Ravens fourth. And then after that, I have no idea, but the playoff teams are Dolphins, Black Knights, and Steelers already, no matter if the Dolphins or
Yeah.
the Black Knights lose. Um,
Actually, the Bills are going to make it into seventh seed.
yeah, not so much. Um,
The toilet bowl.
and the reason why the Black Knights make it over the Chargers, even if they finish 9-8, is just because the Black Knights won both matchups against them,
Motherfucker.
and the Dolphins they have the better AFC record, even if they lose, so that's the tiebreaker to make it into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Um, So those are the playoff teams. NFC, I don't know if it's set either. So there's already 5 teams confirmed. There's Eagles, Panthers. Um, so the Wizards won the division, so they're the second seed, and Panthers are going to be the fifth seed. So then you'd have 49ers at 3 and Vikings at 4. So Vikings are playing the Panthers, which will be a pretty good game, first matchup. Uh, the Lions might get in. They're 10-7. So there's a few teams here that could finish 10-7. I didn't really check to see what the tiebreaker is. So um, anybody between Lions, Bears, Packers, and Bulls can make it in, depending on the tiebreakers. Um, let's just take a look. I could probably do the quick math.
Yeah, it's kind of confusing. Playoff picture isn't updated because we haven't advanced yet.
So right away, the Bears
Jeremy
are at a
left.
disadvantage with the NFC record, but then I don't know what the head-to-head matchups were. So Bears might already be out. And I know the Bulls lost to the Packers during the season, so the Packers would
Ooh.
have the tiebreaker there.
I don't know if the Bulls will make it in because they have a tie on their record.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Bears and,
Yeah,
Bears and
they
Packers are not played yet.
Bears and well, they had to have played
Lions.
once at least.
yeah.
Uh, well, their score hasn't shown up, so
Well,
maybe.
No,
Lions and
earlier in the season is what I mean.
Lions
Oh,
and
oh, oh.
Vikings face this week, so I imagine it's probably Bears and Packers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well,
Oh,
the
yeah,
Bears and
Lions won
Packers.
by
Lions beat the
one.
Vikings already.
Yeah, by one.
Hmm. So it's Bears and
Yeah,
Packers, but what was the first matchup is what would determine who makes it. And I'm guessing the Packers won,
uh,
so
Let's see. Team schedule. Bears. There they are. Bears, Packers. Yeah, Bears lost 35-38.
Okay. And see, Bears and Lions had finished 1-1 for the series, but the Lions have the better NFC record. So it looks like it would be the Packers and the Lions that make it into the playoffs as the other two teams. Uh,
Wait, um, Vikings have a better record than.
Yeah,
they're already confirmed.
Vikings. Yeah, Vikings have their division
Oh, I
clinched.
think said Lions.
Yeah, the Lions also. There's gonna be three teams from that division that make it in.
That's crazy. Not in real life, that's for sure.
So yeah, I think it's Lions and Packers that make it in, with Packers finishing higher. So Lions would be the 7th seed. It's gonna be interesting. I mean, some of these matchups are gonna be good.
So Chargers, are you officially out of the playoffs?
Yeah, because I couldn't win
That's
my game against the Colts, but
Hmm.
the Colts is good though.
yeah. I was up the back-to-back games. I was up 14-0 against the Chiefs, lost. 14-0 against the Colts, lost. It's just
That's how
when
I am.
once the O-line starts letting people through, it's hard to keep
Yep.
going.
That's literally you're preaching the choir. That's exactly how I am.
No idea what you just said.
Oh, sorry. I
There's
had
something in
my
your mouth or something.
yeah, I was messing with my retainer, but I was saying that's exactly how I am because as soon as I got a good lead and feel comfortable, line crashes, stupid interception, bad play by me, or Madden does something stupid. It's all downhill, and I just ugh.
I mean, could be
Yeah.
worse. Could have a broken screen during the middle of the game.
That was, oh my God.
Did she get you a new one though, or
Yeah, getting a new one.
that's funny. I
Yeah.
mean, again, would you have won? I don't know, but it definitely changed the game. Like it didn't
Yeah,
help
I
you.
was I was trying to like still play while I couldn't see the middle of my screen. And then when you scored, I was like, all right, hold on, I need a new monitor. And then by that time, it was like, I think you were up at that point, and I was like, yeah, this is over.
Yeah.
And then I just try lofting it up to Keenan Allen, and then he just like stands down low, and then your corner goes up for it, and I'm like, yeah, that's how Keenan's been playing recently.
I mean, he doesn't have that speed either, so he can't blow by anybody.
Yeah, yeah, which I've never seen that speed thing before. Well, I've never noticed it when I play Madden and didn't even think about it. Now it makes sense.
Yeah.
Now it
I mean,
makes sense why
I never
Henry
really knew
Ruggs.
what it was or anything, but yeah, like,
Yeah, now it makes more sense on like how people are flying by, especially Henry Ruggs. That man.
yeah, he was tough to stop. Um, I don't know. We could take a look at some of these stats and passing leaders since the season's coming to an end. Uh,
It's fine with me.
what did you say?
I said that's fine with me.
I see I've been a subject of this stream. I don't know who that is. Stephen Pennington.
Who is you?
Yeah, I don't know. Um, so it looks like Justin Fields is gonna finish with the most passing yards. Trey Lance second, Mac Jones. Oh, the Cardinals. Okay, so he's man of Troy. Um,
Uh,
yeah, we talked about you a bit at the beginning. That's because Bills wanted to talk about you and he's in love with you. I think. I don't know.
Love
yeah.
you, bro.
Like
Well,
we were
Vikings is a
trying to
dick,
change
so
we were trying to change subjects and he just wouldn't stop talking about you. So, um, I'm
a
just
little kiss
joking.
through my No, I
Um,
know. You're good.
so we got quite a few people over 4,000 passing yards, two quarterbacks with over 5,000 passing yards, so pretty good seasons. Uh, so he says sounds about right. So yeah. Looking at touchdowns, who led the league in touchdowns? It's Tua, but by a close margin. I don't know if there's another game. Yeah, so Tua still has a game to play, so he's gonna get it. He finishes with
Yeah.
52, Trey Lance at 51. So 49ers started coming out of nowhere to make all these passing stats.
I thought he had a decent amount of simmed games, so
It's possible.
let me look.
Um, Lamar Jackson's up there, which is kind of surprising too. But again, I don't know how much of it was the old user and the new user. He has 46. He probably has a really good touchdown to interception ratio too. 46 touchdowns to 12 interceptions. I don't see many of those on here, so that's pretty impressive. Um, so in touchdown passes, your rookie QB made it up on here. 43 passing touchdowns, 22
Which
interceptions.
definitely a good rookie year for passing touchdowns, but those picks need to come down.
Yeah. I'm assuming he's gonna win rookie of the year in the AFC because he has more than
Uh,
Espinoza. He has more passing yards, more touchdowns, less interceptions.
let's
It was
see.
between those two, so I'm assuming it's gonna be him.
Oh, Jets is in the lead for that now with Swartzen.
Oh, yeah, okay, we haven't even looked at that yet, so
Yeah.
okay. Rushing, it was down to yeah, okay, Jets just confirmed I got rookie of the year. All right, that's good. When it came to rushing, uh, it was between me and Leonard Fournette with the Wizards, so TJ Logan and Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette won the rushing yards title, and he finished with one more rushing touchdown than TJ Logan. Jonathan Taylor makes it into the top three. Antonio Gibson, Najee Harris are in the top five. So quite a few people with well over 1,000 rushing yards. Um, I think the difference is Leonard Fournette made it up to 2,000, so he was definitely well ahead of a lot of these running backs. And when it comes to touchdowns, um, you look at the top five who are in the 20s, and then it kind of drops down to 19, 18, and then 15. Um, so you could see who really does run the ball a lot.
Yeah.
So, um, but no, it was definitely an interesting race. But Leonard Fournette's going to win the rushing title. Um, when it comes to receiving yards, it's actually a rookie that leads the league in receiving yards, Danny Marrow from the Giants. So,
Wow.
uh,
97 speed. Holy.
yeah, he's got 97 speed. He's 88 overall. He's a superstar. He's going to be good for a long time. John Ross up there, Darren Waller, Devontae Adams with the Jets, obviously. Another rookie cracks the top five, Charles Linder. Um, and some of these guys are putting up crazy numbers too. I mean, a few of these over 1,500 receiving yards. And when you look at the receiving touchdowns, you got Charles Linder at 25, Jalen Waddle at 25, Debo Samuel at 22. Um, so again, just like the teams that you know like to rush the ball, these are the teams that like to pass the ball, and you need to have all kinds of different teams in this league to make a good league, and yeah, so these guys put up great receiving numbers. Um, any surprises from you guys in here? Like, I mean, I didn't know that rookie was leading in receiving yards
I didn't even know that he would be up that high.
and overall.
But yeah, like I wonder when. I mean, I want to see like when he was drafted.
Oh, he had
Like
to be
what
in the
pick?
first. He had to be in the first round.
Yeah, he was drafted at 27.
Yeah.
Dang.
He made the Pro
But
Bowl
yeah,
also, I see.
that's crazy. And then John Ross kind of makes sense because of the speed, able to get him on little short stuff and take it all the way if you work him right.
96 speed, yeah. Um, yeah. I To be honest, I would have to go look. Like if I go look at the Wizards real quick, his second receiver is at 600 yards. So Ross had 3 times as much yards as Mike Evans.
Jeez.
So I wanted to say it. I just wanted to confirm it. His offense essentially is run the ball with Fournette, pass to John Ross. Like that's essentially what his offense is. Um, I don't know. Maybe you could prove me wrong and do something different when playoffs come or something. But season stats, that's definitely what's showing up.
Yeah.
Um, if we look at defense, so I mean tackles, I just find it a weird stat just because it usually means you're on the field a lot.
Yeah.
Um, so you got a user from the Cardinals. It's Isaiah Simmons that's leading the league in tackles. Makes sense since they have a terrible record. Um, tackles for loss. Okay, you got Cameron Jordan who is leading the league with 23. Khalil Mack at 22. Brian Burns at 21 and Cameron Hayward at 21. So that's a lot of tackles for loss. Like I mean, I'm pretty surprised. Even sacks, like Aaron, like I didn't even know Aaron Donald was with the Browns, so they must have a hell of a defense. Oh, okay, Clowney went the
Yeah.
other way. That's why. Okay,
Oh.
so Aaron Donald, I'm guessing Miles Garrett also. So I don't see Garrett on here.
Yeah,
Uh,
Garrett.
he definitely didn't have that great of a season. So, jeez. Okay, well I'm done looking because he's not even at 3.
Garrett had 4.5.
Oh,
I had to go into AFC North.
why doesn't he show up on the leaderboard though?
It does. I've noticed it does that sometimes. It's like a weird glitch where it doesn't show some players.
Aaron Donald at 15 is quite a bit. Daniil Hunter had a great season,
Yeah.
14 sacks. Ryan Burns obviously 11.5. Like these guys had some great seasons. Interceptions was Ashton Davis with 21, and then it drops off to second place at like 14. So that's pretty impressive. Any we got forced fumbles. So Xavier Woods with 5 fumble recovery. Let's take a look at some of these touchdowns. Like Derwin James leads the league in defensive touchdowns with 7.
I miss that
That's
guy.
Jesus. Yeah, I didn't expect that. There's a few Wizard players on here, so he's got a good defense, anyways.
Yeah, Kenneth Murray. Oh, look, two players that I could have had.
Yeah. I guess I could lead us to some of these awards that we could go through quickly. So I think TJ Logan's gonna win the MVP. I wasn't too sure, but he's still in first right now, so I guess we'll see when we advance. Lamar Jackson almost won it, or could be in the running for it. Leonard Fournette, obviously.
Yeah.
Uh, the difference between Logan and
Tutties for
Fournette,
Logan.
yeah, the difference between Logan and Fournette though is the receiving aspect. Because Fournette has more
Yeah,
rushing yards and more rushing touchdowns. Logan had one less, but then he has like another 7 receiving touchdowns or something.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's what made the difference for
35
MVP.
touchdowns.
Yeah, well, I mean, and
Incredible.
last year when Joe Mixon won it, he had 33 total, I think. So it makes
Hey
sense.
man, I got more rushing touchdowns than DeAndre Swift. Oh wait, he has Harris. Never mind. That does
Yeah,
not say much.
he runs like the double running back, which it works if you have both of those guys.
I mean, if you want to look
Singletary
at it, like
has.
Leonard Fournette, Logan, and then even maybe Jonathan Taylor themselves have more rushing touchdowns than like some teams total. So
Yeah.
just like the opposite, some of these players like Waddle and Morrow and stuff probably have more receiving touchdowns than teams. So just
Yeah.
it's just crazy.
Force feed.
I have 19 total touchdowns for, which is good for me, I guess.
Um, okay, we'll just scroll through. Offensive Player of the Year should probably look kind of like the MVP. This is for AFC, so they'll be a bit different. But Defensive Player of the Year. Do you have any on here, Bills?
Next year, Caleb
Next
Farley.
year.
Next year.
Offensive Rookie of the Year, Chester Swartzen, like we said. There's a couple of Black Knights on here. Adam Cutler was second, actually.
So close.
He should still get a pretty good boost, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Should be nice.
I'm guessing that's the Colts user laughing at my comment I made to the Bills. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Chad Manning from the Chargers won.
Let's go.
Obviously,
He's got
Thunderbirds, like we've said so many times, like has like a bunch of players on here.
he's got three on here. Jeez. You got two.
One of them, like I said last time, I don't even know who he is because he's
That
not a starter.
Lampman.
Like he's 70 overall. Like I don't know who he is. Like Dubois, I can understand because that's the guy I've been like boosting up. But yeah,
Yeah, that safety got me like 9 picks this year.
best QB makes sense that it's the same guy. Best running back. Bills made it onto here with Devin Singletary. You
Yeah,
have him up to
Tom.
a 94 overall. Jeez,
Wow.
that's kind of impressive.
I was not expecting that.
Couple of Chargers receivers on here.
Yeah, Terrence Marshall was nice this year.
O line that's pretty much Colts with a few of my guys on here. There's three Colts, three Chiefs.
Sounds about right for my center being the only one on here. The only reliable one.
So best D line, there's a player from the Bills on here actually, Greg
Uh,
Russo.
oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna advertise it. So Frank Clark, number 2 on best D line. He's available for trade in the off season. Just letting you guys
Uh,
know.
oh boy.
Uh, best linebackers, Ken O'Neill with that 97 hit power or whatever.
That Raiders linebacker at 70 overall.
Yeah, that's kind of funny. Best DB, obviously Ashton Davis.
Yeah,
A
like
couple of
20
Colts on
something
here.
picks.
A couple of Titans on here. Best kicker goes to Jason Sanders. Always important. I'll go through the NFC real quick too. Charles Linder, Alvin Kamara. Is there a Saints user right now, or is it CPU? I think it's CPU.
Uh, yeah.
Giants has a few players on here for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Couple of Lions players, couple of Falcons players.
That's crazy that Panthers wide receiver was ahead of the Giants wide receiver on offensive rookie of the year.
Yeah, yeah, that's funny. A couple of Vikings rookie players on here for defense, along with some Giants. So the Giants are developing nicely from their draft picks that they made. So
Yeah,
he's
gonna
gonna
be
be
young
tough.
and good.
Yeah.
Swear, if that guy gets like 5 hidden devs again, I'm gonna be so jealous.
Is that what happened last time?
Yeah, he got like a
Yes,
bunch.
dude, he has so many hidden devs in the draft. It was like for the seventh round hidden devs.
Yeah, he was taking a bunch of pictures and
Oh, jeez.
roster baiting a little bit. Running backs. I think the league was dominated by. Oh no, Fournette's in the NFC. I was gonna say it's more AFC running backs that were more dominant, but Fournette's definitely in the NFC. So like Philip Dorsett's on here at 74 overall, but because he's got that 95 speed or whatever it is, I don't know. O line definitely Eagles and
Yeah,
Wizards.
because I forgot they don't have Adams, so then he's got to use like a bunch of random wide receivers. Kind of spreads the ball out.
So the Wizards has four of his five O line on best O line. So yeah, that's why he's running well.
Yeah.
Best D line, I see a couple of Saints, a couple of Lions on here. Best linebacker, Daniel Hunter obviously had a great season. Couple of Wizards players on here.
Devin White and Shaquille Barrett.
Best DB goes to the Lions. That's kind of impressive. I mean, I don't know how he's doing it to have the record he's having because his roster isn't the best, I would say. So he's definitely playing well.
Yeah, he has 38 picks with his rookie QB.
Oh yeah, jeez.
Tevin Coleman's his running back.
Best kicker was Vikings. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of impressive. I mean, it's got to be his defense. If we look at team stats, like shows a picture sometimes.
Yeah, I mean that safety alone has like 14 picks for the one we were looking at.
Mm. Um, so let's look at passing. So the best passing teams in the NFL or in this league are the Bears, 49ers, Jets. Chargers cracked the top five, and the Titans.
Let's go.
Rushing yards. So myself, Wizards, Bulls, Steelers, and Colts. All well over 2,000 rushing yards. Points per game. Uh, you got the Wizards that led the league in points per game at 35. Ravens right behind at 34.9. The Jets, again, who's a very good user, 34.5. 49ers, 34.3. Myself to crack out the top five at 34. This is where there's a big difference, though. Like, if you look at passing touchdowns, you got Dolphins, 49ers, Panthers, Ravens, and Chargers. I mean, all at like 45 plus for passing touchdowns. But this is where I was saying it becomes different. Dolphins have five rushing touchdowns as a team. Another team, the Panthers, at 13, who are in top five for passing touchdowns, and the Chargers, 14. And then look at the opposite for rushing. I mean, I got just 40, myself 41. Like, I'm well ahead. Second place with 10 less than me, so they're at 31 rushing touchdowns. See, the Wizards, 29. So all 29 of his rushing touchdowns were Fournette. Steelers, 28, and the Bulls, 27. So, yeah, I definitely rushed the ball a lot. Could take a look at some of these defensive stats. Let's get these games played and get to the playoffs for sure. But I think the break is only until Tuesday anyway, so I can't do much. Plus, I have a first round bye, so I'm in no hurry for sure. But yes, please play those games so we can advance, so we can maybe even advance before Tuesday, so that people like me can be less bored and get on with the playoffs.
Yeah, and so I can get on to next year.
Yeah, so, and like Chargers, who are heartbroken by the Colts, can
Yeah.
move on and get to the next season.
Sheesh.
Players like the Bills, who keep saying next year is going to be his year, like, we got to play these games.
It will be, I promise.
He promised it. It's guaranteed. I'm gonna be honest though. You have been getting better, so maybe you'll be better. But
My goal was like year 5, so we're chilling. I got time.
um, so passing yards allowed. You got Thunderbirds, Chiefs, Bats, Colts, and Bengals giving up the least amount of passing yards. Rushing yards, it's Steelers, Bulls, Colts, Eagles, and Dolphins. So right there, I noticed that the Colts is in the top five for both for yards allowed.
Yeah, I don't
Uh,
expect my defense to be in there at all.
Again, yards allowed doesn't mean anything unless they're scoring. So points allowed is a very interesting stat to me. And you have Thunderbirds, Chiefs, Colts, Bengals, and Eagles in the top five for that. Um, they were the least amount scored on for those teams. So QB sacks, who led the league in that? It's Panthers. We got the Jets. We got the Eagles, the Lions, and the Raiders. Okay, fumbles. You got the Vikings somehow forcing 14 fumble. Oh no, he's getting 14 fumble recoveries. The Ravens with 12, the Chiefs with 8, Colts, Falcons, and Wizards with 7, and then interceptions. Uh, Colts with
Wow.
52, so he definitely gets a lot of picks. The Lions with 52, Chiefs 48, the Eagles 46, the Jets 45. Um, so it probably explains a lot of these QB numbers because that's a lot of picks per team. Um, so yeah, that's what the offensive stats per team and defensive stats per team look like. Um, Not sure if we want to make any picks for the playoffs or anything like that. If the chat has anything else they want to talk about that they can bring up and we can maybe talk about. Um, I know you guys have a bunch of questions about Bills. You could ask them. Now's the time. He said he's an open book.
I
He's
have
willing to
questions.
answer.
What are my questions?
I don't know.
I'm willing to
I'm.
answer.
Best part about my picks is that they come from everywhere. That's what she said. Um, so for the playoffs, again, we don't know what the seedings look like exactly. We could try to piece it together, I guess, saying Chiefs 1, Jets 2, no, Colts would be 3, Ravens 4. And currently, I have 5 players in the top 30. I think in interceptions. It's possible. I believe you. Um, so Dolphins, I think, would be ahead of the Chargers and Steelers. So let's say
Yeah.
Dolphins 5. I mean Black Knights. Sorry, Dolphins, Black Knights, and Steelers. I didn't want to get your hopes up there. I'm sorry. So Dolphins 5, Black Knights 6, Steelers 7. So if we do that scenario, you have who? The Jets playing the Steelers in the first round. Uh, how do you think that matchup would go between you two?
Uh, I I think the Jets is gonna take that one.
What do you think, Bills? He's gonna ask me to repeat the question. Just like in school, he's not paying attention.
He's looking at his phone or something.
So he's trying to look up his notes. He's like, I'm trying to look at the PowerPoint, sir. I don't know what's going on. Um, so Colt says Jets. Obviously, I would say Jets. Bills tried to unmute himself. I don't know what's going on or if he was
Oh,
trying
it's
to
fine.
answer. You're what?
Own Colts, baby. Ride or die with my Colts.
What?
That's good because we asked you to choose between Jets and Steelers, and you chose
Oh, I think you
Colts.
said Colts. Oh, yes. Sorry.
Well, the Colts said
I'm
that he would
sorry.
choose the Jets, and you chose the Colts. So off the board. Um, then we'd have the Colts versus the Black Knights. Both are good users. It would come down to game script, I think, and I think it would be the Colts just because he's got a good run game and obviously a great defense. So
Yeah, I'd go
probably
Colts there.
Colts. All right, Bills are gone. It's okay. Moving on. Ravens versus
The
Dolphins.
voice thing's kind of laggy too, bro. My Wi-Fi is bugging out right now. Like I'm
Oh,
trying to play a game right now and I can barely play, so also it's kind of an effect.
so he said. I don't see it on my phone yet, but Black Knights whooped my ass earlier in the season. Is what I'm assuming he wrote. Um, yeah, but I've also seen you write in the chat that it's hard to beat somebody twice in a season. So I'm
Yeah, he
assuming it's gonna
said
be the
that.
same thing.
He said that right before I choked.
Well, yeah, so I'm assuming it's gonna be the same thing where you got home field advantage for a reason. So I would expect you to be able to beat him. Um, So yeah, I would still take the Colts, and if an upset happens. But I would take the Colts. I know Black Knights is a good user though, so it
Yeah.
could go either way. Which would lead to the Ravens versus the Dolphins, which is an interesting matchup, since the Dolphins clearly likes to pass a lot, and the Ravens is a new user, so I don't think he's quite
Uh,
as good as the record shows.
yeah, I would go Dolphins on that one.
Okay, but the Ravens has beat the Jets. The only thing is that the Jets didn't have Zach Wilson as his QB at the time since he was
Uh,
suspended. But the
yeah.
Ravens did beat the Jets, so it could be interesting. But I think it would come down to if whether or not the Ravens could control Jalen Waddle and all that speed and all that offense for passing. Because
Yeah.
if he can't pass, I'm assuming he can't rush because he clearly didn't do it all season. So. Uh, I still think the Ravens would win. Oh, and Jets was also drunk on his birthday when he lost to the Ravens. That is true. I do
Yeah,
remember
that
that.
makes.
So I still think the Ravens could beat the Dolphins, but it would be a pretty good game. I'm thinking. Uh, so hopefully those are the matchups. That would be pretty interesting.
Yeah, I would lock in Dolphins as like the first upset.
Okay, that's interesting. Which would lead us to the NFC where the Eagles would get the bye. Wizards finished. They finished second. I don't know what that means. Vask Tech, and it's Ricky Morna. All right.
Eh.
So Wizards finished second. So they would be playing who? They would be playing the Lions. So Wizards versus Lions. I haven't seen many of the Lions games to be honest. Uh,
I'd probably take the Wizards on that one
yeah,
just because of the defense and his run game.
yeah, I think so too. I just think he has a better roster in general, so that's probably gonna help.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so I take the Wizards too. You got the 49ers. They would be playing the Packers. Yeah, so the 49ers. Oh, yeah, the 49ers would be playing the Packers. Um,
Yeah. I would take the 49ers if he plays. I know he has
yeah,
trouble scheduling because of in real life stuff, but
yeah,
if it's user versus user, 49ers.
yeah, because 49ers is definitely a good user.
Yeah.
But the Packers is pretty good too, so I don't know. I think that would be a pretty good game. Might be a shootout kind of thing. But 49ers has the better record, and I don't know if he has a better roster or not, but he definitely has more points for than points against, which is not the case for the Packers. So I would take the 49ers based on that. Um, which would lead us to Vikings versus Panthers for the last matchup, which the Panthers are technically the lower seed but the better record. Uh, I know the Vikings got off to a hot start to begin the season and then kind of started struggling. So I don't know what kind of Vikings are we gonna get. Is it because their roster isn't ready? Uh, who knows? This Panthers user is legit though, so
Yeah.
that's probably gonna be a really tough game, interesting game to watch too. So um, I don't even
Yeah,
know.
I, I think that would make it one upset on each side, so I would choose the Panthers there for like the upset on the NFC side over the Vikings.
Yeah,
I'm going Vikings.
I guess. I mean, it depends on how the Vikings is playing, right? It's QB's young, so maybe he's not ready for the playoffs. Who knows? I'm gonna take the Vikings though, and I think the fact the Vikings would win would actually be the upset because of their records. So,
Yeah, true.
um, yeah,
Forgot
so
about
I would take Vikings,
Panthers record.
but yeah, I don't know. No idea how these playoffs are gonna play out. If you had to choose who's gonna represent the AFC and who's gonna represent the NFC, who would you guys choose?
Um, hmm, between those teams, I'd probably have to go like between Jets and Chiefs for AFC, and then NFC, the Wizards,
Hmm.
the Wizards, or yeah, I mean, really, that's the only team I see, really, besides like the 49ers, if he plays all his games.
Yeah, so it gets pretty interesting. So I mean, in the AFC, because now we're finishing our second season, so I'm starting to know a few of these guys. Um, I've never played the Jets before. I know how, or I keep hearing how good of a user he is and how good he is, and obviously the stats show. Um, I haven't played him before, so I have no idea what it's like to play against him. Uh, the new Ravens user haven't played him because he's new, so again, that could be interesting. I've played the Colts before. Um, I've played him in the playoffs last year. That was my first matchup against him, which I won. He was the higher seed. I barely made the playoffs last year and upset him. But then when we played in the regular season this season, he was one of my losses. So again, a lot of these matchups could be interesting depending on who I have to play in the next round. And I wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised if I lost right away in my first game of the playoffs. Like it wouldn't surprise me at all. I kind of didn't even want to have the number one seed after I realized what kind of route it would be to the playoffs. So I mean, but either way, you have to beat everybody to make it to the finals, and you gotta beat the best to be the best. So all those cliches and cheesiness. Yeah, so it's definitely going to be tough in the AFC. I think just going off of what other people have said and what I've seen, the Jets would be the team that you have to look out for. Um, Colts are saying I'm going to be a first round exit, so everybody says they're a first round exit or they're going to lose their first game, but few of us have to win either way. So we'll see. But I do think the Jets are the team to look out for in the AFC. Um, when it comes to the NFC, again, uh, I know the 49ers, well, again, they're on a 5 game win streak from what I can tell. I know that he plays well against the Vikings when they've played. So I could see 49ers kind of doing well. I think the Vikings make it tough on the Wizards. So again, there's a few teams there where it comes down to matchups and how you play against certain opponents that can determine how far you go in the playoffs too. Um, so I don't know. I'm gonna say the 49ers in the NFC is the team you'd have to look out for. So probably Jets 49ers.
Yeah, the NFC seems to be like more of a toss-up, I feel like,
Yeah.
with the Eagles gone and like the new guy being there. I feel like it's not as dominant as it would have been.
No, exactly. So yeah, I think that's how it would go. Again, a lot of things can change. I'm excited to see what these playoff matchups are going to look like and how they're going to turn out. But yeah, definitely Jets, definitely 49ers for me. That are going to be tough teams to look for. With that said, I would definitely like to get these games. Well, they have to all be streamed now because of the new rule, which is great. So gives everybody a chance to watch these games too. Uh, and I would like to just, if people are interested, we could have like commentators or stuff on these broadcasts commenting the games and making things interesting. I would say so. If you're
That would be
interested in that,
nice.
just let me know and we'll see what could happen. Is Bat's team seriously rated 75 overall? Yes. So as much as we went into that last game and I was hoping it would be a good game, it did not go well for him, and it was just because right off the start, I returned a kickoff. I returned the opening kickoff for a touchdown. I think he threw a pick six like right after that. So it was already like 14-0 pretty early. Um, yeah, so I ended up taking out my starters. I think a little after halftime, and yeah, it didn't go well for him. But he's got a lot of work to do with that lineup, so or that roster.
Yeah.
Um, anything else you guys want to know or talk about?
Not that I can think
I'm
of.
good.
I think we went over pretty much everything.
Appreciate you having me on though.
Yeah. Coach says he plays well sometimes, but he's inconsistent. He needs to build that team. For sure, he definitely does. I mean, 75 overall is going to be tough to win no matter how good you are as a user. So, uh, especially if you're playing against me, who has an 88 overall team, it's going to be tough. I actually offered him. I told him like because I'm actually a Texans fan in real life. I told him that if he did have some of the pieces, like if he didn't trade away Watson and Cooks, I probably would have thought about trading teams with him. But I don't even think we're allowed, so it wouldn't have mattered. But I did offer that. So um, yeah, I don't know. I guess we covered pretty much everything. There's not much we could do since the awards are already out. We can't really make predictions for it. It's pretty much done. We made predictions for playoffs, I guess, but at the same time, I think we're all in the same situation where it's like, let's just get these final games done. Let's get to the playoffs, make these things interesting, and see what happens, and get to the off season because obviously the off season is the best part. Um, you get the season done. You worked all season, uh, and yeah, see what can be done in the off season and make your team better. Get these rivalries going. So
Yeah, for real.
So yeah, I guess that'll be it for tonight. We'll leave it at that. And next media would be probably in the middle of the playoffs, I'm assuming. So next week we'd probably be in the middle by then. So hopefully we got some more news for you, and we'll go from there.
For sure.
All right, like always, everybody that was watching or did watch, because I know it is the holidays, thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll see you again next time.